Today we're going to continue with chapter 3, which is ratio, rates, and proportion. So in this video, I'll only cover ratios. Alright, so let's look at our learning outcomes. For ratios, you need to know how to write ratio as a fraction, always in the lowest form. Solve ratio problems involving decimals and mixed numbers. We're just going to use our calculators. Solve ratio problems after converting units. Ratio must always be in the same unit, so you must know how to convert it and changing into ratio. Okay, then you have rates. Rates, I will cover it in the next video, alright, where you will write rates as fraction again. You will find unit rates and you will find best buy, alright. Of all this, we will be using our calculators. The last part will be proportion. So this chapter is divided into 3. Third part is proportion. So determine whether or not proportion is true or false by cross multiplying. We have done a little bit of this in chapter 2 actually. Find the unknown number in the proportion. We have done this in chapter 2 as well, when you cross multiply and find it. And you solve application problems. Alright. Now let's look at ratio. Okay, ratio is a comparison between two different things but with the same unit. Okay, so order is important. Whatever they said first will be mentioned first. Whatever they said second will be mentioned second. Or in other words, if you write it as fraction, whatever they said first will be numerator, will be on top. Whatever they said second is denominator, will be on the bottom. Whichever comes first will be in front. Example, ratio of woman to man, woman came first, will be 20 to 15. Ratio of man to woman, man came first, will be 15 to 20. Alright, ratio has no units. Why it has no units? Because you're comparing both of the same units, so it will cancel off. Okay, if units are not the same, you got to make it the same. Example, 3 kg of flour is mixed into 500 grams of sugar. One is in kg, one is in grams. So you got to make the ratio the same. Flour to sugar is 3 kg to 500 grams. So you will change both to kg. You'll make it the same, okay? So it will be 3 kg to 0.5 kg. Alright, ratio must be expressed in the simplest form. That's why I always say always use your calculators, because your calculators already give you in the simplest form. Let's look at this. There are 16 ducks and 9 geese in a certain park. Express the ratio of ducks to geese in all 3 formats. So 16 to 9, 6 to 9. So yeah, you just make sure whether you want to put it in fraction or you want to use the words or you want to use ratio, it's up to you. Usually it's either ratio or fraction. In a certain class, the ratio of passing grades to failing grades is 7 to 5. How many of these 36 students failed? So it's easy. 7 to 5 total parts is 12, right? So passing is 7 out of 12. Failing is 5 out of 12. Alright? Because it's 7 out of total parts. 5 out of total parts. So 5 out of 12, you times with 36, you will get 15 students. Alright? So fraction of passing is 7 over 12. Fraction of failing is 5 over 12. Fraction of passing to failing. So you must remember this. Passing to failing is 7 over 5. Alright, so let's look at the examples. Express it in the simplest form. Just plug in your calculator. 10 over 45 will give you 2 over 9. You just write it down. Alright, when a ratio compares measurement, both measurement must be same units. I already told you, so make sure you make it same. So don't worry, all these, the measurements are given to you up there. So you just change it, you make it the same, and you complete this. Alright, so let's look at this. Normally you will convert it to the one in the smaller units. So you look at this, 9 inches to 72 inches, it will be 1 to 8. So days and hours, you change everything to hours. Yard and feet, you change everything to feet. All the information is given to you, follow it and change it. Alright. The only difference is you need to write it in fraction of the lowest form. So the first one will be 1 over 8. Second one will be 6. Third one will be 3 over 2. The last one will be 1 over 4. 5 over 24. 16 over 3. Alright. So this is the solution for exercise 3.1. You can complete exercise 3.1 now. Alright. Okay, make sure you put everything in the lowest form. So I'll go through some questions from 3.1 that are a little bit more complicated. Okay, use the calculator to simplify. I already told you. If the question asks for fraction, just follow. Alright. The price of, these are the few questions the students always get wrong. The price of Tamar's favorite brand of lipstick increased from 5.5 to 7. So find the ratio of increase in price, not the new price. Increase in price. How much did it increase by? 1.5, right? So 1.5 to the original price, which is 1.5 to 5.5. You plug it in the calculator, you will get 3 to 11. Don't need to do it manually, just plug in the calculator, you'll get everything. Last week, Lance worked 4.5 hours each day. This week, he cut back to 3 hours each day. Find the decrease in hours to the original. So it decreased by how much? 1.5. Original is 4.5. 1.5 to 4.5 is 1 over 3. The price of engine oil went from 10.8 to 13.5. So they want to find the increase in price. So the increase, if you minus, you will see 2.7. So 2.7 over 10.8, plug in the calculator, you will get 1 over 4. Always use the calculator, it's always the easiest. First time a movie was made in Minnesota, the cast and crew spent 59.5 days filming winter scenes. The next year, another movie was filmed in 8.75 weeks. Find the ratio of the first movie filming to the second. So first movie, you change the days to weeks first. So 59.5, you divide 7. You change the days to weeks. So 59 because they want you to compare in weeks, right? So 59.5, you divide 7, you will get 8.5. So 8.5 to 8.75. Where is 8.75 coming from? The second movie, which is 8304 weeks. 8304 weeks, in other words, is 8.75. Plug 8.5 over 8.75 into the calculator. You will get 34 to 35. All right, everybody okay? So this is about it for ratio. In my next video, I will cover about rates.